Hi, I'm Deborah Dahab. I'm an intercultural psychologist and an expat and cultural transition coach. And my mission and goal is to help you, expat, go through your cultural transition in a smooth and easy way. Today, we're going to talk about the methodology that I suggest that you go through when you're entering a new culture. If you like this video, please subscribe. I will be very happy and you will receive notifications every time I post new content. So let's get to it. The methodology I created was based on my own observations of myself, my clients, friends, and family, and also from theory and research from intercultural psychology. Now, before we begin, I would like to ask you, when do you think your cultural transition starts? Does it start when you hop on the plane or train or whatever mode of transportation you're going to use? Or does it start when you arrive in the new culture? Well, I have to tell you that it starts when you make the decision of moving. When you make the decision of moving, the wheels start turning and you start being responsible for your own transition. Leaving it to chance will almost always make it harder. So this is what I suggest with the OR system. OR is the AOR, which creates the OR. And the O stands for observe. So even before you move, it's important to observe the new culture. Learn the language as fast as you can if it's not a a language that you know. And if it is a language that you know, learn certain terms or certain ways people communicate. Learn about the history, observe the geography, learn about, the rivers, if there are mountains, and if people go to vacation at these places or not, what kind of agriculture or industries they have. Learn the history of the country, of the culture, not only recent history, but way past. How was this place formed? What is the political system? This is really important for you to start feeling aligned and start your adjustment process. And when I say observe, I also mean observe inward. So when you're doing this research, when you're exploring these new avenues, how do you feel? Do you feel excited? Do you feel, pumped that you're learning something new? Or do you feel fearful? Do you feel anxious that you're going into something unknown? It's really important to take stock of your emotions. And one thing that I think is really important in this stage is when you're at the country or even when you're studying the country, we tend as humans to compare. And you compare to what you know, right? So you know about your own country, you know about your own way of doing things, and we compare. And then with the comparison comes the judgment. This is good, this is bad, this works, this doesn't work, and so forth, right? We all do that. So it's important to consciously, before you go and also while you're there, to focus not only on the difference, because you're going to do that anyway, but to focus on what's similar. And ultimately, we all are human beings that we want in our core the same things. We want to be loved, we want to be accepted, we want to be cherished. And we might manifest this differently in different cultures. We might show it differently, explore it differently. But, if you focus on what unites us as human beings, it will be easier to deal with what separates us as cultures. Make sense? So this is the O of the OR methodology. Then is the A, the act. So the act is actually doing things, like really practice the language. Even if you're not there yet, you can still practice the language with apps. You can start connecting with people in that culture. You can start practicing stuff. You can, it's important at this phase also to make friends, both in the new culture and also, local friends as much as you can, and expat friends, because each one will give you different benefits, so to speak, will understand you in different ways. And also to keep your contact with people back home. So it's important to keep your roots and also to explore new friendships. And sometimes we forget either one. We get either too focused on maintaining our links to family, or we explore new avenues of friendship and we don't connect with family. So it's important to keep a balance of that, because expat friends will know things and will help you in ways that your family back home might not be able to, and vice versa. In this stage also, it's important to get some exercise. This is like valid for any time of life, but even more so here. And most importantly, if you feel that it's really, really hard, that your sleeping patterns are changing, your eating patterns are changing, you're not feeling yourself, get help. It's really important to get help, either from a coach or a therapist. It's really important to take action when you feel you're not able to manage it on your own. So this is the A part. And then the R part of or is reflect. So when we do things and think thoughts, if we don't ground them in a sense of writing them down, making sense of what we're feeling, of what we're experiencing, they will be just, thoughts in your head, and they will probably flee, and you might have ideas and insights that if you don't put them on paper or on a computer or whatever, you will lose them, and they're valuable information. So my suggestion is the reflect part is to reflect, right? It can be either writing things down as in a journal. Some people like audio form, so like reflecting upon what you felt and how you felt, and think about, oh, I like this, I don't like this, I felt this way, da da da. So you can go back to that. For some people, it's painting, drawing. It really doesn't matter as long as you do it, as long as you make sense of what you're living and make sense of things that are going on. And lastly, but absolutely not the least important, is keeping in mind your ultimate goal. So we all have a goal, an objective when we move, right? We move for something. We want to accomplish something. And the more conscious this objective is, the better it is for you. Of course, objectives can change. You can accomplish one objective and then go back and have another one. But what frequently happens, and I've seen this a lot in clients, is that people lose track of why they came in the first place. This especially happens during the cultural shock phase, which is pretty much very much explained in another video. And during the hard times, we tend to lose track as to why did I come? Like, oh, this is so hard. And if you have your goals very clear and explicit, it's harder to lose track of that, right? So it makes sense to keep that in writing, to go back to that every time you feel like, oh, wait a minute, why am I here again? Okay, oh yeah, I remember. So these are some important tips and ideas that I can give you as to how to navigate a new culture, and that's or. And you take the or of your life and you take it wherever you want to go. It's in your hands. I hope this video was helpful. Please comment. I'd love to hear your opinions about this. And also, please subscribe if you like this video and if you would like to be notified, receive notifications actually, every time I post new content. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, bye bye.